When I vetoed the election law bill last session, I quoted former Governor Pawlenty as saying that he would not sign a bill changing Minnesota election law unless it was passed with broad bipartisan support. And since the bill passed last year lacked that bipartisan support, I vetoed it.
When the governor created the Election Integrity Task Force last year, and I was real pleased of his appointments, Senator Chamberlain and Senator Sieben on the Senate side, Representative Simon and Representative Mike Benson on the House side. That bipartisan approach has served us well in that task force. City elections official Joe Mansky from St. Paul spoke up immediately and said, yes, poll books is something we want. It's something that we can use to bring our election system into the 21st century. The idea was that if voters, if legislators, if the governor wanted to support and make possible visual verification, voter photo verification of voters in the polling place, it would be very simple and very inexpensive to simply bring those photos in from the Department of Motor Vehicles database, but to then have that in the polling place so that we would avoid many of the problems that people have pointed out. The technology companies have shared with us their innovations where a very small device can be used to simply scan a student ID with a photo right into the system and capture that, or to simply take a picture. Well, what would the tiniest of townships do? And of course they said, well, you could just print those photos right on the paper poll book. Almost everybody in the room is familiar at least with this. And so you could again have that option of visual verification right in the polling place, and this is essentially free. The problems they see with all the proposals for provisional balloting, many of the proposals in the legislature right now for constitutional amendments, they create a provisional voting system alongside of the current system. We're talking about hundreds of thousands of ballots that could not be counted until many days after the election. As we look into the future, we know that there are many reasons for our local election officials, our city clerks, our townships, and others to move towards this 21st century technology. So we believe this is a solution that takes a small investment, but that investment takes us into the future.
The answer to the question of is there enough bipartisan support for this, we don't know right now. The point is to offer an alternative photo verification system to a photo ID constitutional amendment that is full of problems. We hope that we can generate the bipartisan support because we are bringing forward a real alternative, a real choice that would accomplish the goals that Republicans have stated and at the same time not disenfranchise voters.
Governor Carlson, Governor Pawlenty, and I agree with them, said that you shouldn't have a change in election law that's just the province of one political party, because obviously they're likely to change it in a way they think will benefit them. Same thing is true for DFL majorities. That's why you want broad bipartisan support. This is a better, more effective system anyway in terms of detecting the kind of voter fraud that some allege occurs in Minnesota. So it's a better system, it's a better process, and I hope that the legislative leaders will realize that this is in the best interest of Minnesota.